Kia ora. Welcome to Tuesday's Economy Watch, where we follow the economic events and trends that affect New Zealand. I'm David Chaston, and this is the international edition from interest.co.nz. And today we lead with news China is clamping down harder on negative views about their economic prospects. Chinese economists are now required to be cheerleaders for their economy. But first up today, sales of new single-family homes in the United States rose by 5.9% from the previous month to an annualised rate of 664,000 in November, above market expectations of 650,000. However, this just takes it back to the 2024 average level. November durable goods orders were lower than expected, down a sharp 6.3% from the same month in 2023. But this is largely due to a drop in aircraft and defence orders. And non-defence, non-aircraft capital goods orders also held at the same as a year ago level. They could be better, but there's no collapse either. That tame result fed into the US Chicago Fed's National Activity Index, which reported a small expansion and a much better result than the prior month. The latest estimate of the US economy still has it expanding at a 3.1% rate in the fourth quarter of 2024, a strong way to finish the year. But consumers are more wary about what 2025 will bring, no doubt hit by the unsettling signs in their national politics. The rise in consumer sentiment over all of 2024 took quite a hit in this latest December survey. North of the border, Canadian producer prices rose 2.2% year-on-year in November, following a 1.1% rise in the previous month. But this just returns it to the growth rate it had for most of 2024. Across the Pacific, Singapore's November inflation rate was expected to rise, and it did, but not by as much as anticipated. It is up to just 1.6% from the three-year low of October's 1.4%. Its core inflation rate, however, eased lower in a way that was not expected. In Japan, car makers Nissan and Honda have agreed to merge, targeting mid-2026 to get all the $58 billion pieces together. They're trying to get Mitsubishi Motors to join them. It will create the world's third largest car maker. A lot will depend on whether Nissan can execute a successful restructuring of its stumbling business before the merger. And staying in Japan, they do an annual review of their national accounts, and that now shows that low economic growth and demographic shifts mean that per capita GDP was higher in South Korea than in Japan in 2023. It is close, so it may switch back in 2024 as Japan has expanded faster this year. But the rise of South Korea will come as no surprise to many, even it is a surprise that they've caught up with Japan. In China, the warnings against economists and analysts having negative views about their economy are growing more strident. If individuals have, quote, repeatedly triggered reputational risk over inappropriate commentaries or behaviours, unquote, within a certain period of time or caused, quote, major negative impacts, unquote, their employer must, quote, severely deal with that person until termination of employment, unquote, without explaining the definition of inappropriate comments there. They are trying to head off a noticeable slump in consumer spending in the icon cities of Shanghai and Beijing. If the trend is being reported there, it will likely be worse elsewhere. The US Treasury 10-year yield is now just on 4.58% and up 5 basis points from this time yesterday. Its highest since the brief spikes in April 2024 and October 2023, and its highest prior to that since 2007. The price of gold will start today at $2,614 an ounce and down $8 from yesterday. And oil prices are down $1 at $68.50 a barrel in the US, while the international Brent price is just on $72 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar starts today at just on 56.5 US cents, down 20 basis points from this time yesterday. Against the Aussie, we're up 10 basis points to 90.5 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're holding at 54.3 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today at just on 67, to be down 10 basis points from yesterday. And the Bitcoin price starts today at $93,628 and down another 2.1% from yesterday. Volatility over the past 24 hours has been modest, however, at just on plus or minus 1.9%. You can find links to the articles mentioned today in our show notes, and you can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again on Monday, December 30th. Merry Christmas, everyone.